The fourth phase of the Lok Sabha elections is over, and we want to know what is happening in these elections with the help of our very knowledgeable guest, Dr. R. Balashankar, the foremost intellectual of the Sangh Parivar, the former editor of Organizer Weekly, and the author of the book on Narendra Modi, Creative Disruptor, the maker of New India. Dr. R. Balashankar, we have seen 4 phases which have gone by, and there has been throughout a propaganda by the opposition, by sections of media, and by many people, which has disturbed even the members of the Sangh Parivar. They were worried what is going to happen, whether Modi is going to lose this election. And is it that just because of some wishful thinking on part of the ideological opponents of Modi, or was there any substance in it?
See, the elections are now taking place for the 18th Lok Sabha. And in the living memory that we have, maybe I might have been a schoolboy at the time when Nehru, for the second general election or the third generation, there was no other time in our living memory when the outcome was so clear. The outcome was clear in the sense that Narendra Modi is going to be the next Prime Minister. This was very clear. And by traveling throughout the country, and I have been spending a lot of time in South India also, I could see one thing, that the Modi's popularity as of today is greater than what it was in 2014. Now he has become a cult figure. The kind of enthusiasm, emotion and connect that Modi is able to evoke with the masses, it is unbelievable. You have to see it to be believed, For example, the other day I was seeing it, his rally in Varanasi before filing the nomination. Thousands, lakhs of people lining up, from children to women, with tears in their eyes, the kind of emotional connect he had. The same day yesterday, in Patna Sahib, there was a, mass program. There also we could see people, and lakhs of people waiting for Modi in scorching sun, and with that kind of, emotional connect that I have not seen ever in my life any political leader working this kind of public response. From this, one can say that there is actually a pro-incumbency, and Modi for the third time, that has become a slogan of every single voter throughout the country. And this time, what is more important is, throughout the country, from south to north, east to west, all the states are responding almost equally. There is not occasion earlier when the entire country was voting for a particular leader. Even during Indira Gandhi's landslide time, or even Rajiv Gandhi, after Indira Gandhi's assassination, he contested the election. Then also, the outcome was not so clear. But this time, Modi for the third time, because Modi is the only guarantee for the progress of the country, for taking India as the third largest economy in the world, and also building India as a most developed nation in the world. This is the hope that Modi has evoked.
It is not just the confusion which was spreading amongst the media men or the BJP workers or RSS who became victims of what was being shown on TV. It was also Putin who had to tell Modi ji that something is happening, something is cooking in America. So there were all international forces also working against Modi in this election.
Of course, the international press was very hostile, and headlines in some of the newspapers, television channels, all they were very disturbing. But that is all because, politically they have failed. And now they are trying to build up a kind of psychological impact on the voters. Because the political opposition that was created to oppose Modi, the so-called alliance, that has not worked. They don't have any other project. They have no alternative agenda.
What kind of propaganda was being done by the West, and who are those people who wanted Modi ji to be shown as a person who was going to lose these elections? despite the fact there was huge support on the ground.
See, Narendra Modi has become a world leader today. And the reputation of India is at the top. And India was never taken so seriously. And Indians were not taken with such seriousness before Modi came. We have to understand what India was in 2014 when Modi came. After 10 years of Manmohan Singh, there was a time when people were talking, the India story is over. That India is declining. There is a flight from India, capital flight from India. People were running away from here. That was the condition. Inflation was double digit. 14% was the inflation. And corruption. Phenomenal levels of corruption, We had never heard that kind of corruption, 3 lakh crore, 4 lakh crore, that kind of call scam, telecom scam, Commonwealth scam, and scam, so many scams. From there, in the last 10 years, Modi has built up an economy which today is the 5th largest in the world. Goldman Sachs the other day said that if India continues this level of growth, by 2075, India will overtake US and will be the #1 economy in the world. So this is the world projection. And this is disturbing a lot of people, because people who thought that India will not survive as a nation, India will get balkanized, there cannot be democracy successfully implemented, and all these kind of things. And for those people, this is a big change. And they are realizing that a strong leader, a good leader, a honest person, he can change the destiny of India. And he has been able to change it to such an extent that people are so happy today living in peace. Earlier there used to be stories of, terror attack almost on a weekly basis. And there was a public agitation, all negative stories about India coming. But today, there is not a single charge of corruption. And people are very happy. All the essential items are available in the market. So there is no scarcity. And the kind of development we are seeing, the infrastructure building, whether it is the growth of roads or airports or the railways, all these things are giving a hope to the people, and jobs are being created. And I know at least 60 crore people in India are directly benefited from Modi's social welfare schemes.
The opposition and the media, they are concentrating on the raids which were done by the ED, and with help of ED, the BJP was able to find alliance partners. The same partners who were embroiled in corruption cases, now they are members of BJP. That's what is bothering some people who are from the Sangh and from the ideological bank of Sangh. So these people are worried about how BJP would be able to move ahead with these partners who may not have the same ideology as the Sangh Parivar.
Now, when you talk about the raids, there were raids earlier also. And when the UPA was in power, think of the number of raids that were conducted and the people who were arrested and jailed. Lalu Prasad Yadav was jailed. The inquiry was initiated during UPA time. Mulayam Singh was raided. Mayawati was raided. They are all people who were in the opposition. They were not BJP people. And during that time also, there was not a single case of a BJP man being raided or jailed. Except maybe one exception in Karnataka. There was no BJP leader who was raided. The other day, Anna Azare was saying, if there is a raid against somebody, there should be something that you have to be careful about. That means there should be some corruption, then only the raid will take place. So that means nobody is asking the ED or any other enforcement agency to go and raid a particular person. They are doing their job. Modi has made it very clear that he is not restricting anybody. Every department has been given freedom to act according to their legal framework. So the law is taking its course. So there is no vendetta in this.
A large part of the Pawar family now is with BJP. And these are the same people who have no ideological inclination to understand what BJP stands for. So how do you think they will be able to gel with the party?
Now, BJP is a growing party. It is natural that when a party is growing, lot of people come into the fold. And you cannot all the time, take a responsibility for their past behavior. You can only say, when they come to the party, in the party, they are behaving according to the scheme of things the party has laid down. And if somebody comes to the BJP and after that they commit a corruption, we can blame the BJP for that. But somebody had a part, and how can the party be blamed for that? The past is not BJP's. They were in Congress, and at the time nobody said that they are corrupt. The Congress people said they were okay, they were great leaders. But the moment they come to BJP, they become corrupt for the people who were their past associates. This is double standard.
A certain community which is known for its belligerence has been attacking people at a very local level nowadays. We find them entering into houses, getting involved in love jihad and other kinds of aggression during Hindu festivals. So, do you think that once this government comes back to power, they will be able to tackle this menace?
Say, Mayank Jain, the last 10 years, when you compare it with any other period in our recent memory, it has been peaceful throughout the country. There has not been a single communal riot. There is not a single terror attack, except maybe some in Jammu Kashmir, that area, in border state. Otherwise, throughout the country, it was a situation which was very peaceful for the people. And there was political stability. And on the whole law and order problem, though it is a state subject, it was properly conducted, and the state government and the central government have been able to establish the rule of law almost equally and fairly, without troubling any section of the society or without creating any problem for anybody. There are isolated instances of love jihad, etc. in some parts of the country, but that is being dealt at the local level. For that, you cannot blame the central government. Central government directly doesn't come into the picture at all. But when it comes to terrorism, national security, the center is to be blamed, or it has to be held responsible. And on that, we can see, under Narendra Modi, India had a very peaceful time in the last 10 years.
The worry in the large part of the so-called secular establishment is that what will be the future of dalits, the poor people, and the people who have been left behind in the economic progress. What is going to be the future of these people in a Modi-led government which will be elected for sure now?
Look, this is the government that has been caring for every segment of the society. The welfare schemes of Modi government, they have reached every segment of the society. Even people, the lowest strata of society, economically backward, they were getting the benefit of the fruits of progress the country, which never was the case. Earlier, all central schemes used to be siphoned off by local power brokers or people who were locally associated with that. But today, all benefits are going directly to the people. That is why in the beginning I said that Narendra Modi has created a stake in almost 60 crore people in India who got direct benefit from the central government's welfare schemes. I'm talking about direct water to the kitchen, or housing scheme under the Prime Minister's Awas Yojana, or the kind of Mudra loan, or pensions, or health scheme. So many schemes. I am not mentioning all of them. Or Chola job, gas connections. So many schemes. But if you calculate the number of people who get benefited, Modi has created stake in his continuance in at least half the population that India has. 80 crore people for the last 5 years are getting free ration. And this is going to continue for another 5 years. That is Modi's guarantee. And these things never happened in India's history. And that is why he said the poor people, the downtrodden people, the weaker section, they have a stake in Modi's coming back. And these are the people who are going to vote for Modi for the third term. And that is why the appeal is pan-India. In South, we are going to see that BJP is going to almost double the number that it had earlier. And in the East, to new states, BJP is entering. Orissa, for example, Andhra, Telangana, West Bengal, all the new areas. The states where BJP had no stake earlier, now BJP is entering the new areas. And it is continuing its strongholds in the north. And in south also, BJP has become a party which is the best alternative. People are seeing BJP as an alternative, even in Tamil Nadu. And this is the reason why I said that 400 par wala, that is not a slogan, that is going to be a reality.
There was some problem in Karnataka when BJP lost there. Then we found a movement gaining some momentum in Karnataka, especially in the media, where they were saying that South India could separate as a different country altogether. So what is that movement and how BJP is going to handle it?
See, one thing, that BJP is a North Indian party, that itself is wrong. Even if you talk electorally, even today, BJP has more MPs, that is 30 MPs BJP has from South India. And this is the largest chunk for any political party. Congress has only half of that. But nobody says Congress is not a pan-Indian party. Everybody says, Congress is all India. But when you come to BJP, you will say BJP is a North Indian party and South BJP has no presence. But BJP has no more MPs, even today, from South. This is one aspect. Second, BJP is growing in Tamil Nadu, it is growing in Andhra, it is growing in Telangana, in Kerala, it is having a very good base, almost a 20% vote base. And in every survey, it has shown that the Prime Minister is popular to the extent, 40 to 43% is the approval rate in Kerala. And that is the case in Tamil Nadu, which means Narendra Modi has an All India following, he is an All India phenomena, and he has a loyal support base throughout the country. And this was never the case earlier. So Modi is today more popular after 10 years in power. He is the first Prime Minister in India's history who is more popular than when he was first elected. Even with Nehru, there was a decline. His popularity was declining in every election. But with Modi, with every election, it is increasing. And this is the surprise. And that is because Modi is able to connect with the public, and he is a saintly figure. People look at him as the savior of the country, as Messiah, who can deliver goods, and he has no personal agenda. He is for the country, he lives for the country, works for the country, and he is a real sevak of the nation and savior of the country.
Thank you, Dr. R. Balashankarji, for your very valuable comments and your direction. And we hope that the audiences will have more clarity in their mind vis-a-vis the propaganda which is going on.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.